All right, I just want to make a video about women having sex with men that they're not really into because I've heard that that happens, and I just want to give my perspective is I have no idea why someone would do that. I have no idea why some people um, cheat, don't pay their bills, steal, have sex with people they don't like, marry people they're not into. I have no idea. I'm sure it happens. I will say that I only have sex with guys I actually want to have sex with. I can't recall ever having sex with a guy just to get something from him or use him in some way for something. Because I tell you this, it takes, I mean, it's easy for guys to just smash whatever, because they see a pretty woman and whatever, but women's bodies don't work that way. And if I were to have sex with someone I didn't really like, I would feel so repulsed and grossed out, I couldn't even do it. It would be like, how can I explain it to guys? It would be like eating a caterpillar. It would be repulsive, eating a caterpillar, eating cow tongue, eating, touching a pile of worms. Like, it would just be so repulsive to me. I just couldn't do it. I just would not be able to do it. I have had sex with guys because I thought I should, just once when I was really young and whatever. But, the only way that I just think that the only way that a woman could actually have sex with a guy that she didn't really want to have sex with is to pretend she likes it, go through the motions, and like kind of you have to leave your body in some way. Even for me as an escort, I have embodied sex. I have to actually want to do it. Now I go through the motions with the guys, but I go through it willingly, and they know I'm not super into them, but I'm into them enough to give them a sensual experience. But now when it just comes to I guess guys are worried that a woman won't really be turned on by them, but I kind of go back to, how wet is she for you? um does she initiate sex? Does she seem like she really wants it? I would look for that she initiates it, um that she's really wet, and that she seems like she really likes it. I think I would look for that to see. Yeah. Especially in the early stages of a relationship, a woman should be really wanting you. She should be close to you, touching you a lot, wanting to see you, replying to your texts, buying you gifts, doing things for you. And if she wants to have sex with you, she would be physically, you would see the physical signs of it. Um, that's all. I don't have any lot to say on this topic. My experience more is I've had sex with guys and they blew me off. I'm like, I don't know why you blew me off. I can't speak to women who use men. And I think it's because I made it my mission not to use men. I remember when I was younger, my sister and I would go out to the bar and she would have guys buy her drinks. Just like, yeah, we can have guys buy drinks for us and just blow them off. I could never do that. I would always buy my own drinks. I couldn't imagine using a guy for drinks. But I try to live, I mean, I fall short and whatever, but I try to live like a very like authentic, embodied life. I think I have other weaknesses, but using men is definitely not one of them. I don't think so. That's it. That's all I have to say on it. I wish I could make a longer video, but that's really it. There might be women who have sex with men to get something, or who get into a relationship with the man for his money or whatever. But that's not my style. That's not something I've ever done. That's not something I want to do. So You know, there are all kinds of different people. It kind of reminds me of the videos where some guys are like, yeah, we want a woman, her career doesn't matter. But for other guys, the career does matter, because this guy wants a woman who's also a financial contributor. And the fact that she's a nurse or a teacher. I remember years ago, I lived in a neighborhood. This guy was a very well-to-do attorney, and he had just left his company, was starting his own business, and his wife was a teacher, and he wanted her to keep working even though they had two small children, because of the benefits. And he was kind of a selfish guy. There are definitely men who want a woman to work, and a woman who works, who has benefits or steady income, is a plus. They want that. I think all men are different. And then I've been watching lately several channels of guys who talk about how women should be interested, but very slow, very slow. Keep them at arm's length. Don't, let them get physical until many months in and all of this. And that's for guys who are players, and they will take note. If they're interested in a woman who's a little harder to get physically and all that, they take note and they become more interested in her. And so there's advice given about, don't let these guys get your number right away. Don't do this, don't do that. But then there are a lot of guys who have the opposite problem. They're not the players that you need to fend off. They're really shy. They're really reserved. They don't want to ask a woman out because they don't want to seem creepy, or, with those guys, you have to make the first move. So, and then in the manosphere, there are all these guys who talk about women are selfish bitches who'll just plunder you. And then other guys think that women are the most wonderful creatures ever. I guess what I'm trying to get to in this topic is, does the woman really want you? There are all kinds of people in this world with all kinds of different ways of seeing the world, different thoughts, different experiences. There are women who will use you and have sex with you and use you, or marry you and use you, or, there are guys who will just use you for sex and leave you. And then there are people who are really authentic and heart-centered, and who really come from a place of love, and everything in between. So I can't say all women do this with all women, do this with all men, all women will do this to you. I am very fortunate. I have a wonderful daughter-in-law. I was a very good wife, reasonably good wife. I didn't cheat on my husband. I didn't plunder him for money. I'm not one of these women that they can put in the box of, a woman will take all your money and never let you see your kids. I didn't do that. And, don't date anybody over 25 because they're ugly and let themselves go. I didn't do that. There are all kinds of people. So I don't know what to tell you, guys. Just always consider the source of whatever someone's telling you. Consider the source. And I'm a big believer that we need to be with people who are really into us and who are good friends. And I think we should be able to tell if someone's really into us. They reply to our messages. They reply to our calls. They want to be around us. They seem happy to see us. They like spending time with us. I mean, for men or women. And when it comes to sex, they want to have sex with us. They initiate sex. And I think more of a common problem with women is, a woman might be really into you and really love you, but she was sexually abused as a child, and your sex life is going to be horrible. And a lot of those women never want to do therapy, and so, I had a client years ago. He had only had sex once with his wife when they first married, and had been like 20 years. She was sexually abused. She didn't want to do anything about it. So there you go. You got your woman who has a low body count, and there's a good reason for it. I don't have all the answers. The world is a complicated place. And I'm very proud to have a car seat in the back. This is for those of you who are saying, I would never date a woman with children. So stay far away from me, because children are a gift to life. And if you don't like children, you and I will never get along.